Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Keith the Rockstar Richardson. I am here with the inside man from MMA Inside the Cage, Cyrus.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you, Keith.
Great to see you. Tonight we're over at the Fight Factory, working Border Wars. What do you think about the fight card here tonight?
I mean, you know, we lost a couple. It's going to be 6 fights. There's going to be a BJJ super match. I'm kind of excited about that. Eric Jordan and Brian Miller. That'll be a lot of fun. You know, it'll be cool, man. They always put on a good show here. I mean, the facility's cool. I mean, it's like one of a kind. You don't see that where you have the restaurant and you got, you know, the arena and you got the gym. So it's really cool. I mean, I like being a part of it, and I like Scott Price. He's a good guy. He's always treated me well. So I'm excited about it. It should be fun.
As he's treated me well. We've got a lot of Full Circle MMA guys. They're an upcoming team. You know, they're starting to kick a little butt in there. What do you think about Full Circle MMA and their
it's funny. Well, it's funny because, you know, I mean, I've only done a few fights here in North Carolina, and these guys are brand new. The one thing I do know about Full Circle is they're from Marshall. Okay, I actually just spent time in Marshall. I spent about 2 hours. I went to the courthouse and paid an extremely expensive speeding ticket. They got speed traps, you see, and they're all over 26. So I had to make the winding road into Marshall. But I guess they have some really good fighters, man. They're all over this card. So, I mean, these guys are legit. I've talked to people that know, and they say they're real good. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. But as far as the town of Marshall, I can suck it. I'm not into it. I'm just telling you. No good experiences.
Yeah, it seems like MMA is constantly rising in this area, in the Carolinas in general, Tennessee. You know, the whole southern atmosphere in MMA is definitely rising up. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it, man. Just to be down here, you know, we do our show out of Johnson City and Kingsport, and there's always something to do. It's like every weekend there's somewhere you can go within probably 60, 70 miles of where we're at, 100 miles, and you can go see a good fight. So, I mean, it's wonderful. And you got guys that rise out, guys like yourself, you know, that have made it up to the pro ranks, guys like back home, you know, a guy like Tyler Mitten's another one that's done real well. You fought Dustin Walden, another guy named
awesome
Jolly.
Fighter, awesome guy.
Josh Boer, there's a ton of these guys. Len Cook, I can just go on for days. You know, the guys that have made it to the pro ranks, and they're competitive, and they're good. And I think it's awesome, bro. And all the big shows are coming down. UFC went down to Atlanta. XFC is all over the place here. Nashville's coming up. I'll be at that one. They got the one coming up in Charlotte. Knoxville again. It's a good time to be in MMA. It's a good business. It's booming. And I'm just glad I get to be a part of it. And I get to announce and report and do everything I get to do with it.
All right. Now, are there any big fights coming up that you really want to see?
Big fights that I want to see. Man, there's so many of them. It's hard to. I mean, on the big level, I'm excited about 146. I mean, you know, I follow UFC pretty strong, you know, and 146 is all heavyweights. Every time the heavyweights get in the cage, people get excited about it, including myself. You know what I mean? And I appreciate what you guys do in the lower class. You guys are exciting too, but anytime all the big guys get in there, it's fun, man. You never know if the cage is going to collapse. There's so much weight in there. And it's all heavyweights on that main card of 146. So I'm really excited about that. And 148, we might be going out there to cover it. Chael Sonnen, Anderson Silva. I mean, how can you not get excited about that? So, yeah, there's so much good stuff going on right now. But did you hear that John Jones got a DUI?
I just heard he wrecked his Bentley.
His Bentley, isn't that horrible?
Put it right into a pole.
First car he ever bought, Bentley, and he wrecked it.
Yeah.
Good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy, but he's the face of the company, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah,
see if he gets disciplined hard, see what happens.
I think there'll definitely be some repercussions, but you know, you can't take away what he's done in the cage for what he's done outside the cage. You know, I don't see his belt getting stripped.
No,
but I definitely think that he's going to lose some sponsors. And you know,
that pretty boy image, that golden boy image is a little tainted now. You know, I mean, nobody can ever hold that for too long. You know, you see it with every fighter. You see, seems like they can do no wrong, then something comes out. You know what I mean? And this is his thing, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. You know, because I want to see him and Hendo ASAP. Like, I'm really excited about that fight. So.
Absolutely. You know, we're all people. We all make mistakes. Hopefully, you know, he's a young guy.
I never make mistakes.
Hopefully he learns.
Do you make mistakes?
I make mistakes all the time. Trust me.
Especially in this business, man. It's not the easiest thing to do. We switch roles on you. And I told you this is going to end up happening. Anytime I get on camera, I got to be the reporter for a second. You got a fight coming up in August, XFC. I'm excited about that, man. I'm sure we'll be down there to cover that. Talk about your opponent and how excited you are to be on XFC, because that's going to be on TV. That's going to be on HDNet, so that's big for you.
Yep. My face is going to be on television. I'm really excited. XFC is big promotion, finally making their way down to Charlotte. I'm still in the learning process, trying to feel out my opponent. Generally when I game plan for a fight, with my style, I'm an aggressive fighter anyway. So I don't really plan a strategy around what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I plan my strategy around what I'm gonna do. I don't like to let anybody else dictate the tempo of the fight, where the fight goes.
Get away from your game plan. That's when you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when I've gotten into trouble. When I've tried to feel things out. I just go in there, fight, and do what I do best.
I hate that I had to root against you. I had to root against you in the Dustin Walden fight, and I know Dustin so well, and he's a friend of mine, but I hate that I had to root against you. But honestly, it'll never happen again.
Now that I know him and stuff like that, he's such a nice guy. I'd almost root against myself.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, me and him are good friends. We've talked about getting some training in together. Great guy. But that's the big thing about fighting. I get to meet people like him.
Oh, it's awesome.
And punch them in the face.
There's no other sport. There's no other sport where you can fight somebody, bust each other up, and then shake hands and be cool. And it happens all the time. Rarely do you see guys that really generally dislike each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. They fight each other and then it's all good. So
we leave it out in the cage and then
no doubt
hug it up after.
No doubt, man. Yeah, I'm excited. August will be great. XFC.
Big things on
tonight.
the way.
No, tonight's big though. Tonight's even bigger than XFC. These 6 fights are gonna bust XFC right out of the water. Probably not, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a great fight card, great facility.
It's homegrown. It's grassroots. This is what MMA is all about, bro. I mean, this is the fun stuff. I've been to the biggest shows, UFCs and stuff, but when you get down there and I get to be front row at that cage and I get to see these guys fight, that's awesome. You know what I mean?
That's what I love doing too.
No doubt.